your home for Wolverine basketball all season long. 105.1 Jack FM and on the County 10 YouTube stream.
And a very good Thursday evening from the Fieldhouse at Cheyenne Central High School in the capital city of Cheyenne. John Gabrielson, Thomas Dent III, and also Garrett Deary is with us as we are getting ready to bring you the Lady Wolverines and the Lady Indians. And a big congratulations to Bo Sheets and the Wolverine boys. They knocked off the undefeated and second-ranked team in the state, the Cheyenne Central Indians, earlier on this floor. Final count was 63-58. The Wolverine boys got it done. It was a huge team effort as just about everybody that played in the game scored. Actually, everybody that did play in the game did score for the Wolverines, and they win it 63-58. And we did see Ty Sheets. If you didn't make the earlier broadcast, Ty Sheets dislocated his thumb in the JV game, went to the ER, missed the entire varsity game. He's here, but his hand is pretty well wrapped up, and I think his weekend is unfortunately done for the weekend, and we'll see what happens with that. We'll get more from Coach Sheets coming up tomorrow. This is the Porter's pregame show, and again, the Wolverine boys winning it 63-58. And appreciate everybody that tuned in on 105.1 Jack FM and on our YouTube stream for tuning in and being a part of that. Here you have another situation where the Cheyenne Central Lady Indians are 5-0 undefeated on the season. They have won 5 straight to begin the year. They take on the Lady Wolverines, who enter the game at 1-5, and they'll shake up the starting lineups a little bit tonight, and you'll hear the coach talk about that coming up here in just a few minutes, as we will have an interview with head coach Travis McIntosh. As a matter of fact, that is going to be after we take this timeout. The 5-0 and undefeated Cheyenne Central girls just outside of the top 5 ranking, taking on the 1-5 Riverton Wolverines. A visit with the coach is next on the Porter's pregame show. This is Wolverine basketball from the County 10 Sports Network and 105.1 Jack FM.
Time to welcome Sutherland's Home and Garden Fall Catalog. It's full of hundreds of deals to help you save, including special fall buys, ideas, how-tos, and more. Win big. Sign up in-store for your chance to win a $5,000 Sutherland's shopping spree. See store for details. Get up to 24 months special financing with your Sutherland's credit card. See store for details. Sutherland's Fall Catalog is full of can't-miss deals. Stop by the store and pick one up today, or check it out online at Sutherlands.com. Sutherland's, your fall home improvement store.
Wind River Internet is proud to deliver quality, high-speed internet to businesses and residents across Fremont County. Wind River Internet is the sponsor for the County 10 live stream and sports in our community. Enjoy high-definition broadcasts. Brought to you by Wind River Internet. They also provide reliable phone services that can help you stay in touch with the important people in your life. Experience greater connection today. To get a quote and start enjoying fast, reliable services, call 307-857-2004. That's 857-2004. Or windriverinternet.com.
Back when I was riding in rodeos, I always made sure I was locked in, good and tight. Now as a touring musician, crisscrossing the country, I still make sure I'm locked in, good and tight. Of course I do.
Heading south, down the road in a gray Cadillac.
Buckle up for life, Wyoming.
If you're looking to get upgrades on your vehicle done with bumpers, grill guards, and bedliners, shop locally. Instead of traveling the extra mile to an out-of-town shop, take it to the premier local shop here in Fremont County. Wyoming 4x4 has over 25 years of experience under the belt. Dan will take your stock truck and give it the perfect accessory makeover tailored to your vision. Stop at Wyoming 4x4 or give Dan a call at 307-857-3175.
Wyoming Catholic College are proud sponsors of student athletes and sports programs across Fremont County, plus are this season's academic spotlight sponsor. Wyoming Catholic College forms students through a rigorous immersion in the primary sources of the classic liberal arts tradition, the grandeur of the mountain wilderness, and the spiritual heritage of the Catholic Church. Grounded in real experience and thoughtful reflection, our graduates love truth, think clearly, and communicate eloquently, engaging with the world as it is. Submit your application online at wyomingcatholic.edu/admissions/apply.
It's time to welcome Sutherland
to live streaming coverage of Wolverine basketball. from the Taco John's Invite in Cheyenne.
Back on the Porters pregame show, talking with head coach Travis McIntosh. And, I talked to Bo about this before, but, how much does the game before you get you amped to play? And I don't know if the girls were amped watching the guys varsity do their thing or not. And that's maybe just me thinking of something, but I don't know if that plays into anything.
I hope so. I think our girls are watching and what's going on, and definitely excited for the boys when they play well and mostly knocking off, I think, the number 2 team in the state at the time, and on their home floor. And it just shows, I think, them that things can happen if you play hard and you play a complete game of 32 minutes. There was times in that game that they could have just, we're done. Yeah. And they just kept going. They kept playing hard. So, and I think that is the resilience of that. I think it rubs off on all kids, mostly if they're passionate about the sport and love the sport. When we talked at halftime, you had mentioned that you'd had a pretty solid week of practice last week, only one practice this week, but knocking the rust off from the holidays and coming back pretty well. Yeah, and so we're definitely excited and ready just to get back onto the floor, because that's where you truly get better. It's you work in practice at those goals that you kind of set individually or as a team, and then you tackle them during the games and see what else you have to work on. We also mentioned 4 non-conference games left, to tune up, and of course you'll start conference play with the number 1 ranked team in the state. But we talked about your expectations of the weekend, and you said taking care of what you can control. What do you look for, X's and O's, I guess, specifically against Central and areas and people you need to stop, and what needs to happen for your team tonight? Collectively, they just have a pretty solid group of scorers. They got a really quick point guard up front, the Greiger or the Gear girl, and then they have a Bally, I think is their last name. Madison is her first, and she's their top scorer. She averages 15 a game. So, if we can kind of keep those two in check and control the ball and control their tempo, then we'll be right in the middle of it. Any news on the injury front? Gracie obviously was the one that we lost early in the season. Is she on her way back, hopefully? Yeah, she has an MRI scheduled at the end of this week, so I think tomorrow is when it's happening, and so then we'll kind of find out some more results from her. But other than that, though, we're pretty healthy, so it's pretty fortunate. Settling into kind of the rotation you'd like to see and starters and that kind of thing? And that's always subject to change. Nothing's ever set in stone, so we're going to change some things up a little bit tonight too, and see how that folds for us. Same starting 5? No, we're going to switch that up a little bit. We're going to go with insert Paisley into the starting lineup. So. And outside of, like I said, Gracie and everything, hopefully everybody, other than, as Bo said, maybe too many Christmas cookies, myself included, everybody ready to go? Yeah, everybody's ready to go. I love the Christmas cookies, It's hard for me to say no. Exactly, absolutely. George Strait wrote a whole song about Christmas cookies, I think. So anyway, enough of my country music background. Best of luck to you, and we'll talk to you when it's over. Hey, thank you so much. You bet. It's head coach Travis McIntosh. You stay with us. We'll be back with the starting lineups and the tip-off. It's the opener of the varsity for the girls as they are here at the James Johnson Basketball Showcase. That's next. This is the County 10 Sports Network.
Perfect Power is a proud supporter of athletics and student athletes all across Fremont County. Perfect Power provides services for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. Darren Hubble, owner and master electrician, has over 30 years of electrical experience. Darren's trustworthy team of professionals can get the job done right. Perfect Power, serving Fremont County and surrounding areas. Stop into 1320 West Main Street, Lander, or give them a call at 307-332-7184.
Porter's Supply Company in Riverton is proud to sponsor sports and student athletes here in Fremont County. Start your game day off right with the Porter's pregame show and get ready for action. Porter's has everything you need to heat your home this winter with the best selection of wood, gas, or pellet stoves. Good luck to all Fremont County teams from Porter's Supply Company. See Porter's Supply on North Federal in Riverton and online at portersmvs.com.
RE/MAX All-Star Realtors are proud to sponsor sports across Fremont County for the 22-23 season. RE/MAX All-Star Realtors was founded in 1991 with the goal of doing real estate in a way that would make our clients' lives as easy and uninterrupted as possible. They've completed many transactions involving residential, commercial, vacant lots, farm and ranch, and investment properties, and can help you with any goal you might have regarding any of these today. RE/MAX All-Star Realtors, 938 West Main Street, Riverton. See them online at remaxriverton.com.
It's more than clocking in or collecting a paycheck. We are a network of caring professionals who want to be here dedicated to serving our communities. We are Sage West Healthcare, our 2 campus hospitals in Riverton and Lander. We take pride in our region, our people, and our communities. Located in beautiful central Wyoming, filled with natural recreation in our own backyard. We are neighbors caring for neighbors, a community caring for its own. We are Sage West. We are recruiting the best, like you.
I hold up wide left. They don't have any.
Ensuring you never forget your best memories, but also protecting your future adventures. Tyler Watson and State Farm is a proud supporter of the current and future Riverton Wolverines.
Wide right, McGuffey back to pass, shows the ball, throws again. Looking in the end zone is DeVries. Touchdown, baby!
Find us on our website at ensuringriverton.com or stop by our office at 618 East Washington Avenue to discuss protecting your future. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Previous games this season on County 10's YouTube channel.
Getting ready for the Wolverines and the Indians girls basketball from the James Johnson Basketball Showcase. Starting, they will look like this for the Central Indians. And again, they are undefeated on the season right now at 5-0 under head coach Glenn Kirkbride. And they will start number 3. That is Madison Bailey. And she is listed at 5'8", but she plays bigger than that. She's their leading scorer at 15 points a game is Madison Bailey. Then you have Mia Garrick. She wears number 10, 6 points, 3 boards per ball game. And Morgan Kirkbride, that is the daughter of Glenn Kirkbride, the head coach. She averages 6 points per ball game. Also number 15 is Ella Gillum. Gillum averages 5 points and about 5 rebounds per ball game. And number 30 is Carson Temple. Temple averages 9 points and 7 rebounds per ball game. Central is a 52% free throw shooting team. They're a 24% three-point shooting team. For the Wolverines, they will start for Coach Travis McIntosh in his 6th season like this. They will go with number 1, the point guard. The senior is Olivia Bradley, 3 points, 2 boards per ball game. Number 10 is McKay Fegler. She averages 5 and 2. She is a senior. Ella Judd, also a senior, wears number 11, 3 points, 3 boards per ball game, 67% free throw shooter. McKay Fegler, by the way, 8 of 9. 89%. Number 13, the junior leading rebounder at 7 a game with 6 points to go along with it is Haley Engstrom. And then getting the start tonight, the leading scorer for the team, averaging 11.5 points per game with 5 rebounds. The junior is Paisley Jackson. Bradley, Fegler, Judd, Engstrom, Jackson taking on the 5 from Central, Bailey, Garrick, Kirkbride, Gillum, and Temple. We are about 2 minutes away from the start time, a 1.5-minute break, and it is the tap time. The Wolverines and the Indians on County 10 and 105.1 Jack FM.
Therapy Group has been a proud supporter of Wyoming athletics for more than 25 years, providing highly trained clinicians to treat athletes in the clinic and on the field. Fremont values commitment to professionalism, expertise, and community. With specialized training and one-on-one service, they get you back to doing what you love. Whether you need rehab for an injury from a sports certified specialist, or you need to get therapy from their certified hand therapist in Fremont County, with 6 locations in western Wyoming, they provide aquatic therapy, dry needling, and women's health therapy. Find out more about Fremont Therapy Group or schedule an appointment. Go to fremonttherapygroup.com.
Gales Carpet Floor and Home is happy to support student athletes in sports across Fremont County. Gales Carpet One Floor and Home has been a Fremont County fixture for decades, specializing in flooring, window coverings, and cabinets, as well as the professional certified installation of those products. Stop into Gales Floor and Home today at 220 East Main Street, Riverton, or see them online at galescarpet1riverton.com. Your home for the Riverton Wolverines is 105.1 Jack FM and County 10's YouTube channel. Go Big Red.
Starting lineups moments away from being introduced by the athletic director of Cheyenne Central High School, one Chad Whitworth. A big shout out to him for all of his accommodation and getting us a little cozy broadcast booth up here for Garrett and Thomas and I to spread out and relax and call some basketball for you on the weekend. Your exclusive home to Wolverine basketball this weekend, County 10 and the County 10 Sports Network. Big thanks to Wyatt Barichka back at radio control and for everything that he does for us and behind-the-scenes action and getting everything ready to go here from the state capitol. And starting lineups are coming your way next for these teams.
Tonight's varsity game, we have the Riverton Lady Wolverines versus the Cheyenne Central Lady Indians. Now we'll have the starting lineups for Riverton. Number 1,
Olivia Bradley. A much better contingent for the ladies fan-wise today, I think, simply because of when it happened in the time of day, as the boys' game sparsely populated for Wolverine fans. And again, I tell you what, the roads between Casper and Glendo today were not for the faint of heart. It's kind of a Wyoming travelers thing where you live in Wyoming, you're going to have to drive through roads like that. That was not a lot of fun driving those, but we made it. So did the teams, so did our rest of our fans that we see, and hopefully everybody else is safe on the highways tonight as well. Madison Bailey being introduced first. She wears number 3, but don't let her size fool you. She's the one that makes this team go. Mia Gehrig wears number 10, and they're not a real big team out there. Morgan Kirkbride, her dad Glenn Kirkbride is the head coach of the Central Lady Indians. His last coaching gig, he was an assistant at LCCC. He coached the Burns boys for 5 years. He coached the Cheyenne South girls for a couple of years. And I remember, this will tell you how old I am, I remember calling his games when he was a player for the Albin Wildcats, in a town that is a school that is no longer function. It's not even in service anymore. Albin down here in this southeast corner of Wyoming. But yeah, didn't know I was that old, did you, Thomas? Did those games from the Civil War Classic back in the day. Familiar official on the court here. Scott Quayle gets in. I got a story about how this became the James Johnson Showcase for you, too. We'll get through that as we go. Judd steps into the midcourt circle against Temple. Temple will win the toss, and the Indians will start. Central in their road reds, even though they're the home team, they're in road red tonight on their home floor. Through the hands of Gehrig, out of bounds. Turnover number 1 on the Central Lady Indians, and the Wolverines will get it. And their first crack. They'll face full court pressure. Jackson. McKay in the backcourt with Engstrom as Haley has that one knocked out of her hands. Back to Fegler. Patient against this press. Get the ball to Bradley. They'll break the pressure. Right side, Judd. Top of the key, Paisley. Straightaway 3 is good. Paisley Jackson getting the start tonight. And she knocks it down. She's the Wolverines' leading scorer on the team. And she knocks down that triple. She's 32% on the season from the arc, and she gives Riverton a quick 3-0 advantage. Kirkbride to Gehrig. Gave up the dribble, hands it back out to Gillum. Defensively guarded by Paisley Jackson. Driving, floating, missing as that ball got partially blocked. A couple of shot opportunities, and Engstrom will come away with the Wolverine rebound. They come up empty. Riverton coming off their, besides the win, I think their best outing of the season when they played Lyman down to the wire at the Flaming Gorge Invite over at Lincoln Middle School before the holiday break. Jackson scoots the ball into the corner to Bradley. Man-to-man defense. McKay at the top. She'll penetrate. Has that ball stripped. And it's taken away by the Indians. Ladies the other way. Madison Bailey. Nice dish with the extra pass, and they'll get an and one as Carson Temple makes the bucket. Nice pass from Madison Bailey. You see her in transition. Probably could have shot it herself. She makes the extra pass. They put it off the window, and they score it. Bailey, 8 of 18 on the year, just 44%. Actually, she's not the free throw shooter. Shot doesn't go in. Anyway, Temple is a 52% free throw shooter. She misses. And Haley Engstrom already her second rebound of the ball game. Haley, baseline, nice cut to Jackson. She will get knocked to the floor. Came completely out of her shoe, in fact. That was a nice look from Engstrom. As Haley caught it on the low block, shovels it to Paisley, and then in the melee, she ends up losing her shoe. Has to tie her shoe and go out there. That foul was on Temple, so she pays back the foul that was whistled on Olivia Bradley just a couple of moments ago, and Paisley cannot hit the first. And again, I think Coach McIntosh, I've said it on the broadcast, that you got to have this gal play probably as many minutes as you can. 12 of 22 from the stripe, 55%. Unfortunately, misses both. And the central rebound back the other way. Kirkbride goes cross court to Bailey. Nifty little ball handler. Hands it back out to Gehrig near the midcourt circle. We've played a little over a minute, and actually a little over 2 minutes of basketball on the Fremont Therapy scoreboard. Cutting is Gillum. Ball knocked out of there partially by Bradley, taken away by Engstrom. Bradley in trouble. Wings it back to Jackson. Paisley will bring it across the timeline. Bounce it to Engstrom. Finds McKay in the paint. McKay turns around for 12. That one misses everything, but she had some assistance in aim on that one. She has that one knocked out of her hands by Mia Gehrig, who will pick up her first personal foul. And it will send McKay Fegler to the free throw line. 5:22 left to play in the first quarter. Free throw by Fegler is good. Appreciate her mom, Christy, giving us some snapshots you might see on County 10. Second one, McKay, Mr. Second free throw miss of the season. Gillum the rebound. One extra pass and the Indians score. That is Madison Bailey doing what she does a lot, and the Wolverines are going to turn it over again in the front court. Gehrig cross court pass to Bailey. And again, not real big is Madison Bailey. She's listed though at 5'8", but she, like I said, she just plays so much bigger than her physical stature. And that one misses as it goes over the top of the rim. Pulled out of there by Bradley. Ball to the floor, bodies dive, poked out of there, taken away by Central. Nice job, Madison Bailey, going to the ground with it, and now Carson Temple will be fouled. Wolverine foul is on Ella Judd, number 1 on Ella. Second team foul, and more free throws coming for Carson Temple. She had the and one a minute ago, but missed the and one. Here she goes 1 for 2 now as she snaps nylon on that one. 5-4 the score. Macy Brown will check in, as will Riley Johnson. Macy, a senior, a couple of points and a couple of rebounds per game. Riley Johnson, 4 points, 3 rebounds. Really kind of came into her own a little bit at the Flaming Gorge invite. Got a little more aggressive, got a little more confidence. She's in the backcourt. Oh, she had a handful of jersey on that one. Got away with it. Wolverines close to the 10 count. Ball's knocked away. Riley gets knocked to the floor and a foul, and that may bail the Wolverines out. It does. Foul is on Temple. That is number 2 on Temple. Jackson working on the double team. Gets into that half-court trap. Gets it away to Engstrom. Cross court to Bradley. Olivia goes baseline, shut off there. Hands it back out to Paisley Jackson. Tries to throw between a couple of defenders. It ends up in the hands of Johnson. Paisley with it, turnaround right hand. Missed it. Central rebound, back on the attack. Nice extra pass again to Bailey. That time Bailey was the recipient of the extra pass. Wolverines going to battle the full court pressure as you see that extra pass made by Gillum to Bailey. Wolverines will turn it over. Their 4th turnover. Bailey, floater, 6, got it. And the Indians are up by 6 now, 10-4. That full court pressure doing what it's supposed to do for the Central Indians. With 3:33 left to play in the first period, they've built a 10-4 advantage. Do want to thank Porter's Mountain View Supply, reminding you that the cold weather is here for a while, in case you didn't know when you woke up at negative this morning in Riverton. Porter's has everything you need to heat your home with a wood, gas, or pellet stove this winter. Porter's on North Federal in Riverton and online at portersmvs.com. And a big thanks to Fremont Therapy, your scoreboard sponsor tonight. Brought to you by Fremont Therapy of Riverton and Lander. For over 25 years, they have been Fremont County's leader in physical and occupational therapy. Proud to provide experienced clinicians to support athletes and their families. Wishing all Fremont County teams the best of luck. Fremont Therapy, our scoreboard. Again, Porter's Mountain View Supply, our pregame sponsor. 3:33 remains in the first quarter. 10-4, Wolverines facing full court pressure. Johnson, Jackson, Brown in the backcourt. Need somebody to come to that middle. And now Jackson's just going to dribble it herself to the half-court line, and Bailey's going to take it from her. Bailey's going to go to the distance and be fouled. 5 turnovers on Riverton. That press right now from Central taking its toll on RHS. And if you, this might be a great chance to show the bleachers behind there, Thomas, as Bailey's shooting free throws. And Nathan Hutchison talked about this in the postgame of the boys, but there's not a wall behind there. You see a very great big expanse of bleacher, and Madison Bailey misses the first, but it's hard to find your depth of field shooting when you're used to a gymnasium that's pretty much got a wall 6 feet from the back of the backboard there. But we're in a field house. There's an outdoor track or an indoor track that runs in this facility as Bailey gets the second. And they've got bleachers kind of set up in 3 portions of this. You see that when you watch it go by on the other side, the scoring table where the teams sit, there are no bleachers on that side. And we're about 8 lanes of track away from the wall on this side at the top of the bleachers. Savannah Morton has checked into the ball game for the Wolverines. Ella Judd has checked back in. They've beaten the press. Now they're in the half-court set. Judd down the right side runner. Missed it. Bailey the rebound. Indians on the drive again. Kirkbride back out to Bailey. Under 3 to play in the first quarter on the Fremont Therapy scoreboard. Paisley Jackson's 3 and a McKay Fegler free throw right now. The only points on the board. Jackson might have got away with a reach as Kirkbride loses the handle out of bounds. Stays on this end of the floor with Fegler checking out. Paisley Jackson will get her first breather of the night. Playing with that big brace on her right knee after tearing her ACL in the last regular season game last year at Cody. Missed the 2 regional games. Had surgery and is back out at 15-foot good from Taylon Wade, who has checked in off the bench for the Indians. Morton at the top to Johnson. Riley through traffic, has it knocked out of her hands. They're going to leave it here, but she kind of was the last one to touch that as it went sailing off of her hand out of bounds, but she did have help, and I guess instead of not calling a foul, they'll give him the basketball. Judd, that's a hand check from Jagger Barrett. Barrett into the game, committing her first personal. 4th team foul on the Indians. 2:16 left in the first quarter. Riverton with just 4 points and unfortunately 5 turnovers. Morton puts it on a bounce between the left side. Fegler has it knocked away by Kirkbride. They'll battle for it as they'll go to the ground with it. McKay fighting for it. It's going to stay Riverton basketball as Central won the opening tap. Mia Gehrig back in for Madison Bailey. Brown was our player of the game in that Lyman game. There's a near steal as Judd ends up picking it up. Had a couple of 3-pointers in that contest. Morton bounces it right side to Judd, way outside at the 3-point line. Hands it back to Fegler. She'll lean into a three and get it. 4 points for McKay Fegler as she'll hit a triple from the right side wing. Got the dish back there, steps up, puts it in. 90 seconds left to play in the first quarter on the Fremont Therapy scoreboard. 13-7 brings the Wolverines within 6 now. Jackson will check in next dead ball, as will one of the Lady Indians on the other side. Kirkbride into the paint. Taylon Wade goes baseline. That shot falls off, and Fegler's going to go get the rebound in the corner. She has it kicked out of her hands, essentially out of bounds. It will stay Riverton basketball. Gillum back in for Kirkbride. Jackson in for Johnson. Steele underneath. Nice little stop and go and a banker by Mia Gehrig. Still full court pressure at 15-7. Oh, there's a steal. Gehrig put it up, missed the lay-in. Rebound, no good. Third opportunity put back in by Jagger Barrett. 17-7, a 10-point game. Now it's a man-to-man press. You just need to get it into the guard and let him clear house. Jackson hands it off to Engstrom. Brown back to Fegler. McKay might have traveled with it. Nothing called. Might have double-dribbled with it. Engstrom baseline 17. Drain it. First basket of the game for Haley Engstrom. 7 seconds left in the quarter. Got a break coming your way. Might have been a travel there. Barrett instead launches the three. No good. A rebound by the Indians, and that first quarter has ended. Central outscoring Riverton 17-9 in quarter number 1. We'll take a break. We'll be back in a minute. This is Wolverine basketball on 105.1 Jack FM, streaming live on the County 10 YouTube stream on the County 10 Sports Network. Going to actually keep it right here with the Central cheerleaders out there at midcourt. A lot of basketball being played. So this would be a good time for me to tell you the James Johnson Basketball Showcase story. Taco John's had been the previous sponsor, but when asked this year, they declined to be the financial backer of the event. And so one of the principals of one of the two schools said, well, let's call James Johnson, who plays for the Indiana Pacers. They called James Johnson. He just happens to be in the locker room with the rest of the Indiana Pacers. He FaceTimes back, and they asked him, hey, would you be interested in donating some money to the James Johnson, to the Basketball Classic? And he's like, absolutely. So in front of the rest of his teammates of the Indiana Pacers, he volunteers some financial assistance. So I thought that was pretty cool that James Johnson would do that, giving back to his hometown of Cheyenne. He's a Cheyenne East grad. Nice move by Macy Brown as she steals that ball away. Starting off the second quarter with a turnover. The Wolverines with the basketball. Jackson drives down the lane, throws one up from 15. Misses. Central the board. Bailey throws it back, but she will be fouled as she tried to hit Taylon Wade. Foul is on Taylon Leesburg, the freshman getting into the basketball game. On the inbound, shot is no good. Paisley will get the rebound. First board of the game for the junior. Paisley crossover, crosses back, spins out to Bradley on the right side wing. Leesburg hands it back to Brown. Wolverines running their motion offense. There's a three on the way. Banks from Jackson. We saw James Brown III bank one in the boys varsity game from Cheyenne, but this one, Paisley right there, just leans up. Banks her off the glass and knocks it in. 17-12. Gehrig, right side, outside. Izzy Kelly has checked in as both teams going deep into their benches. Three, bank, how about that? Back-to-back banks. Taylor Wade for three. One good bank shot deserves another. Leesburg baseline 17 goes 18, but Olivia Bradley is there to grab her second board of the night. Right side, Leesburg. Goes back up top, Engstrom. Now right side, Brown on the wing to Paisley. Puts it on the pump fake. He's got to put the ball down. They'll call her for a travel, and that'll be the 8th turnover. Paisley will check out. Riley will check in. Fegler in for Brown. So it's Fegler, Johnson, Leesburg, Engstrom, and Bradley. Engstrom and Bradley will pick up Gehrig and Bailey in the back court. Now they'll back off just a little bit. 20-12, 5:57 left in the first half on the Fremont Therapy scoreboard. Been a while for you radio audience that I've shot that score to you there. Bradley's going to end up with her third rebound on a missed shot by Bailey. It ended up going to be a travel as she was on the floor. And so Central will keep it. 20-12. This quarter is dead even at 3 apiece. The Fegler three. How about that for cat-like reflexes, Thomas? That's a air ball three that Bailey's almost embarrassed. Put her hands over her face as she shot it. Leesburg ends up with a rebound. I've knocked our camera all over the place. Johnson drives, contact, bodies fly. Basket is good, no call, no harm. And here we go back the other direction. Bailey, Engstrom on her. Wolverines in a man-to-man, if you will. I'm lucky I didn't knock the whole table over, to be honest with you. I tried to scoot forward and hit the leg of the table, and it was about a disaster. Gehrig gets bailed out in the paint on a Wolverine foul. It's going to go on Olivia Bradley, her second. A lot of people in there. 20-14, Wolverines hanging around in this one still. Central has showed flurries of chances to possibly run away from this one. Wolverines have withstood it. Bradley checks out as Judd comes back in, and Bailey's going to travel with the basketball. Madison shuffling those feet before she put the ball on the hardwood. Deciding what press they're in, but they'll get a turnover nonetheless. Fake the left side, shot is no good. Engstrom with a rebound, and she travels with it. Wolverines have 11 turnovers here in the first 12 minutes of basketball. 4 on low blocks of the paint. Kirkbride for 3. That one is good. Splash by Morgan Kirkbride. She got free and drops that one in. Full court pressure again. Wolverines will break it this time. Johnson into the paint. 1 on 3. Ball squirts out. Taken away. Bailey, right side. Fouled by Judd. Ella comes down hard on her tailbone. Ella's going to pick up her second personal foul.
Fouls on number 11, Judd. Her second.
To the line goes Madison Bailey. Madison 1 for 2 on the day. Misses. Again, the Wolverine boys victorious earlier today, knocking off the second-ranked Central Indians. 63-58. Riverton boys shot 11 of 17 from the free throw line. From the arc, you ask, how about 8 of 17? Bailey back to the stripe. Second one is nothing but the bottom of the net. 10-point lead, matching the largest for the Indians. They have full court pressure. Wolverines with all 5 on this side of half court Now they'll pull out of it as Fegler will bring it across the timeline. Has it knocked away, Kirkbride loses it out of bounds. It's going to stay Wolverine basketball. I thought she traveled with it actually before she fell out of bounds, but either way, it stays Riverton basketball. And Brown will check in for Fegler. Wolverines have burned one timeout. Central has yet to use a timeout in this contest. Engstrom, right side, Brown. Macy doesn't pull the trigger on the three. Instead, drives baseline. Shut off there. Back to Paisley. She'll run it underneath. Guns it out to Johnson. Riley drives. Shot partially blocked. Riley's going to go get her own rebound, however. Three-pointer on the way. Leesburg in and out. And that is a Central rebound by Ella Gillum. Kirkbride hands it back out to Bailey. She'll run the angle. To Gehrig. She'll step up. Bust a three. No good. Leesburg had the position on the rebound. They wanted an over the back call, but no call there. Taylin just ends up with the board. Engstrom penetrates, scoots one up. It goes clear over the hoop and out of bounds. A lot of contact in there and nothing called as Haley rockets that one over the backboard, unfortunately. 3:03 left to play first half. 24-14, Central by 10. That is matching their largest lead of the night. Central did have a 3-point lead early in the contest. We'll be back at it tomorrow during the daytime once again at Cheyenne South High School. Riverton will take on Wheatland, boys and girls. It'll be girls followed by the boys. The ladies will play at 1:30. The gents will play at 3 from Cheyenne South. On the drive, a foul on the floor on Riley Johnson. Her first 6th team foul. Correction, 7th team foul. Judd's going to return for the Wolverines. Leesburg will come out. Kelly back in for Central. Carson Temple, 2 for 3 from the line, misses the first. Will not get another, and Engstrom with rebound number 4. Throws it away. He's trying to hit Riley Johnson, but the pressure too much, and the Wolverines will throw it away into the RHS bench. It's one thing to commit a turnover. It's another one to do it right to your coaching staff, unfortunately. 2:20 and a timeout call by Coach Kirkbride, so we'll stay here for this. Thanks to Bailey Tire and Auto for sponsoring this broadcast. Bailey Tire and Auto in Riverton and Lander with a huge selection of every kind of tire you can think of. Check them out. Stick around for the Bailey Tire and Auto postgame show after the game. Thanks to Myers Gambles on Main Street in Lander. Shane, the owner of Gambles, has truckloads of furniture waiting just for you. Delivery is always free within 30 miles of the store. That includes all of Riverton. Check them out online, landergambles.com. And we will also choose a Lander Medical Clinic Western Family Care Player of the Game. Big thank you to Lander Medical Clinic and Western Family for sponsoring this broadcast. Staff at their clinics in Lander and Riverton reminding you not to ignore those annual wellness visits. Make your appointment at Lander Medical Clinic or Western Family Care, and let's stay healthy together. 2:23 left to play first half on the Fremont Therapy scoreboard. Central by 10. Kirkbride shut off on the baseline, throws it back out to Gehrig. Cross it to Gillum, back to Gehrig. Wolverines in a man-to-man defense still. Nope, looks like they've maybe switched it up to a zone. No, they're still man-to-man. It's where they were aligned out there. Difficult to see. Again, we'll talk a little bit more about the boys at halftime of this game. Gehrig, 17, missed it, but they'll get their own rebound. Underneath, off glass and one. Izzy Kelly gets the basket and one, and I think Macy Brown. No, it's on Paisley Jackson. It's the 8th team foul on the Wolverines. First personal on Paisley. And to the line will go Izzy Kelly for the 3-point play. Biggest lead of the night now for the Indians at 26-14. Free throw no good. Judd gets the rebound. Riverton has out-rebounded Central 13-12, but Central, because of Riverton turnovers, has shot the ball 12 more times than the Wolverines, as that ball goes knocked out of bounds and will stay Riverton ball with 95 seconds left in the first half. Riley Johnson goes back door, but Central is there to pick it off. Transition basketball for the Indians, dressed in red. Macy Brown's going to get a hand check foul on Gehrig as she ran past her. Macy's first personal. 9th team foul, so one of the bonus here, and then they'll shoot 2 after this. Wolverine boys were in the house in the end zone watching a little while ago. I think they are migrating off to other places, more games. Shot is no good. Engstrom ends up with the rebound and a travel violation after that. It's the 3rd or 4th time that the Wolverines have gotten a rebound but have turned it right back over on a walk. Again, Central with 12 more shots and 5 more makes than the Wolverines, thanks to 15 Riverton turnovers. They have out-rebounded Central 14-12 unofficially. Newton into the game, turns it over. 5th turnover of the game by the Indians. That full court pressure has hurt the Wolverines tonight, as they've not been able to solve that riddle. Then when they get in the half-court set, it seems hard there as Paisley runs down the right side, puts one off glass. Central back on the attack with 50 seconds left. Stopped by Gehrig. Her shot will not drop, and Riley Johnson ends up with a rebound. They've got a player way down the court in Paisley Jackson. They'll get it to her. She'll turn and score. 8 points for Paisley. She's got 8 of the 16 for the Wolverines, getting the start tonight, her first start of the year. Under 30 seconds left to play in the first half. Gehrig hands it back to Wade in the corner. Pump fake by Kelly. She'll go baseline. Puts one up from 8. Ends up in the hands of Leesburg on the miss with 7 seconds left. Wolverines within double digits, trying to get it within single digits. Unfortunately, we'll watch that one be turned over, and a half-court shot falls short at the buzzer. At the intermission, it is the Central Lady Indians 26, the Riverton Wolverines 16. We'll take a break. We'll come back, and we'll talk some halftime stats. We'll also talk of the boys' game. We'll look ahead to tomorrow as well on the halftime show. This is Wolverine basketball. Down 10 to the Indians on 105.1 Jack FM and the County 10 Sports Network on YouTube.
Tires, tires, and more tires. Bailey Tire and Auto Service offers a huge selection, great prices, and fantastic service.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, this is Haley. With over 13,000 tires to choose, Bailey has tires for your ATV, farm implement, car, truck, trailer, semi, lawnmower, wheelbarrow, you name it. If it has a tire, Bailey Tire and Auto Service can fix it or replace it. Bailey Tire and Auto Service is your one-stop complete tire and service shop. Just remember, with Bailey's, there's no tricks, just tires.
Keep it local. Try it on, save time and money on returns, and get advice in person at Bells & Bows. Our business is your best local source for quality clothing like Liverpool and keeping your look fresh every month with our new collections bag. These monthly collections bags feature anything you can imagine yourself in, and the best part is we will ship it everywhere. But if you live locally, we can drop it off right at your doorstep. Bells & Bows, your local solution to keeping you looking stylish for anything that comes your way. Stop in today at 309 East Main Street in Riverton or visit us online at bellsandbows.rocks.
Brown Sugar Coffee Roastery is proud to be a supporter of athletics and student athletes all across Fremont County. Brown Sugar is a locally owned and operated restaurant located in downtown Riverton. Their passion is coffee and locally sourced foods. Be sure to stop in for dinner service and look for a new menu coming soon. Brown Sugar Coffee Roastery. See them online at brownsugarcoffeeroastery.com or stop in at 203 East Main Street, Riverton.
Central Wyoming College has a new Bachelor of Applied Science degree in Early Childhood Education.
Being a teacher has always been a dream of mine.
This degree combines the academic, assessment, and classroom management content that students need to be successful in the classroom. Gain knowledge in how young children grow and develop physically and cognitively, and guide them to social and emotional development.
What I really like about the education program here at CWC is that we get a lot of classroom experience.
Make your way at CWC.
Elevate Rehab in Lander is a proud sponsor of sports in Fremont County. Elevate offers physical and occupational therapy and specializes in hand therapy. Elevate Rehab also offers one-on-one personalized treatment for every patient. Their dedicated team of highly skilled and specialized therapists will help you on your journey back to better health and mobility. Elevate Rehab, 535 East Main, Suite D in Lander.
Your place for the Riverton Wolverines, 105.1 Jack FM and on County 10's YouTube channel.
26-16, Central out in front of Riverton at the intermission. And if you're watching this on the County 10 Sports Network, you're watching the Cheyenne Central Indians and the Bear Creek team out of Colorado. They're out of greater metro Denver area, Lakewood, in Jefferson County. They're one of 18 high schools in Jefferson County. 18 high schools in Jefferson County, that Bear Creek team that is out there warming up on the right side of your TV if you're watching this on the web stream. Cheyenne Central led Riverton 17-9 at the end of the first quarter. They would outscore Riverton 9-7 in the second. They have a 26-16 10-point lead at half. Largest lead of the game has been 10. Riverton did have a 3-point lead at one point in the first quarter of the basketball game. Leading the way for the Wolverines, Paisley Jackson, who got the start tonight. She has 8 points, 4 points for McKay Fegler, 2 points for Haley Engstrom. And Riverton has out-rebounded Central 16-13, but it's the turnovers that have hurt. The full court press forcing 16 Wolverine turnovers to just 5 turnovers by Central. Haley Engstrom has 5 rebounds to lead the way. Taylor Leesburg and Olivia Bradley have 3 rebounds for Riverton. Riverton would shoot 6 of 13 from the field. Central 10 of 25. So they got 12 more shots up than did the Wolverines. They would also hit 4 free throws out of 10. So it could be worse than it is if Central shoots a little better from the line. Riverton goes 1 of 4. But I'm not sure if this stat is correct. I have Riverton 3 for 3 from three-point land. Is that correct? Have we not missed a three-pointer? I'm trying to think if we have missed a three-pointer. Thomas says yes. So, see, that's what you get when you get me talking about all kinds of stuff and trying to keep stats all at the same time. I can only do one thing well, and apparently none of what I'm doing is it tonight. So the Central Indians are led in scoring by Madison Bailey. No surprise there. She's got 8. 5 for Taylor Wade off the bench. Carson Temple has 4. Barrett has 2. Gehrig has 2. Kirkbride has 3. Kelly has 2. I have the Indians 2 for 4 from three-point land. That'll be interesting to see if that stat, if in fact we've missed more. Run the first half back. Let's watch it back. I'm just kidding. We are at the intermission. 26-16 Central. It will be Riverton basketball to begin the second half. The Riverton boys were victorious earlier this afternoon with a 63-58 win over the previously undefeated and second-ranked Cheyenne Central Indians. Wolverine boys get the win on the home floor of the Indians. You can watch that game on the County 10 YouTube stream in the archives if you were so inclined to click that back on. You know the outcome at least, but now you can check it out how it got there, as Riverton won at 63-58. Parker Paxton had 24 points. Derek DeVries double-double, 16 points, 10 rebounds. Kate Gabrielson, 8 points, 3 boards. Draven Monroe, 2 points, 4 boards. Jason Vincent, 5 points, 3 boards. Nathan Hutchison, 5 points, 3 boards, and a couple of big free throws down the stretch. Hunter Hauk had a huge 3 in the contest. Despite 19 turnovers, the Riverton boys win 63-58. Coming up tomorrow, this is what our schedule looks like as far as the broadcast, and we will begin with a pregame at 1:15 or thereabouts, maybe 1:10. It will be the Riverton girls taking on the Wheatland Bulldogs. That will be a 1:30 tip-off. We'll go on the air hopefully around 1:10 in the afternoon. That'll be followed directly by the Wolverine boys taking on the Wheatland Bulldogs. Both of those games will be at South High School here in the capital city. Then on Saturday, they will migrate over to Story Gymnasium, the old Story Gym, as they will play the girls against Natrona at 3. The boys will take on the Mustangs at 4:30. And if you're wondering, why are we playing a conference team? Well, Natrona's not a conference team this year. Riverton playing Natrona at the tournament rather than during the year. So they'll face off with Kelly Walsh on January 21st in Casper. Then the next time they play will be in February, and that'll be senior night at RHS for the Wolverines. Again, the Wolverine boys now 6-2. The Wolverine girls are at 1-5. Take a final quick break. We'll come back. It'll be Wolverine basketball when we return. Central leading 26-16 on the Fremont Therapy scoreboard. This is RHS Hoops on County 10 and 105.1 Jack FM.
Therapy Group has been a proud supporter of Wyoming athletics for more than 25 years, providing highly trained clinicians to treat athletes in the clinic and on the field. Fremont values commitment to professionalism, expertise, and community. With specialized training and one-on-one service, they get you back to doing what you love. Whether you need rehab for an injury from a sports certified specialist, or you need to get therapy from their certified hand therapist in Fremont County, with 6 locations in western Wyoming, they provide aquatic therapy, dry needling, and women's health therapy. Find out more about Fremont Therapy Group or schedule an appointment. Go to FremontTherapyGroup.com.
Gales Carpet Floor and Home is happy to support student athletes in sports across Fremont County. Gales Carpet One Floor and Home has been a Fremont County fixture for decades, specializing in flooring, window coverings, and cabinets, as well as the professional, certified installation of those products. Stop into Gales Floor and Home today at 220 East Main Street, Riverton, or see them online at galescarpet1riverton.com.
Your home for the Riverton Wolverines is 105.1 Jack FM and County 10's YouTube channel. Go Big Red.
Final score from Riverton. It was Miles Community College defeating the CWC women. 56-48 was the final score as Miles defeats Leighton Westmoreland and the CWC ladies in their 2023 home debut. The men's team getting underway about 15 minutes ago at Central Wyoming College. CWC men will be back at it again Saturday afternoon at home, then again on Thursday of next week. These cameras and microphone will be back here in Cheyenne Thursday of next week when the Wolverines take on Cheyenne East. Garrett, are you up for doing camera then too, next Thursday? Caught him off guard. Judd, Jackson, McFegler, Engstrom, and Bradley, the 5 on the court, dressed in white despite being the road team. Nice move, Jackson down the right side. She's got 10. Wolverines in the home whites despite being on the home floor of the Central Indians, who are dressed in red. Bailey, Gehrig, Kirkbride, Gillum, Temple, dressed in red for head coach Glenn Kirkbride. Minute gone by in the third. Wolverines with a 2-0 quarter advantage. Bailey from 15 misses. Bradley was in position, but Gillum tipped it first, knocks it out of bounds, and is going to stay Central basketball. One on each corner of the paint. On the left side of the Central field house. Baseline 3, Temple airmails it. Fegler ends up with it, and she loses it out of bounds. Wow. She got the rebound. That is unfortunately the 4th or 5th time tonight that has happened, where Riverton has gotten a rebound in possession and only to see it go the other way. Bailey getting free, knocking one in. She's got 10. Back to a 10-point Central advantage. Fegler, D'd up by Temple. Ball thrown up, batted up into the air, turned over by Riverton. Temple the distance, lay it up and in. Turnovers plaguing the Lady Wolverines right now as Engstrom, one step too late, throws it away underneath. Good read by Gehrig, takes it away, and then Central throws it away. Paisley's going to stop, tie her shoe at midcourt while Riley Johnson checks in for McKay. McKay missed games with a broken pinky last year. Paisley missed the last 2 tournament games because of the ACL. Olivia Bradley missed the whole season with a knee injury. Ella Judd missed games with a concussion. And it was Gracie Olheiser missing games at the beginning of this year with that knee injury. And you heard Coach Max say in the pregame, hopefully getting an MRI soon and getting some answers for Gracie. And then Riley Johnson's going to get fouled. It's on Temple, number 3 on Carson Temple. 12-point Central lead, their biggest. Izzy Kelly will return to the Central lineup. And again, a big thanks to Chad Whitworth, the athletic director here at Central. I've known Chad for a long time. He and his wife, Whitney. Son played on the boys basketball team just a little while ago, Jackson Whitworth. He's been very hospitable here and will continue to do so as Engstrom pushed in the back. Good entry pass for Bradley. Madison Bailey. First personal foul on Bailey. And Gillum comes out. Wade comes in. Bailey quickly knocks that one out of the hands of Engstrom. Riley will trigger it in right in the far side corner. Beats the 5 count to Bradley. Gehrig on her defensively, back out to Engstrom. 5.5 left in the third. Fremont Therapy scoreboard. Underneath Bradley in the paint, and we'll get a tie up, and it will be Central basketball. Gehrig will walk it right up the wording of the midcourt there to Bailey. Entry pass down low to Kirkbride, taken away by Paisley Jackson. Good defense by the junior. And then they throw it away. Central with 15 more shots than the Wolverines, thanks to RHS turnovers, thanks to the pressure applied by the Indians and an illegal pick. Oh no, fighting through the pick is going to be a foul on Bradley. I thought they got the illegal pick at the top. That is not the case, however. Central will lose that one out of bounds. Savannah Morton scores her first 2 points of the game, and Central quickly comes back the other end and get a bucket from Izzy Kelly. Shot doesn't go, and a foul over the back on Kirkbride as Engstrom was going for the rebound. Four low, they'll set him with Johnson triggering it into Engstrom. Under 4 minutes left here in the third quarter. Again, a 12-point game. It's 6-4 right now in this quarter. Not a lot of offense has been transpiring here. Morton got free underneath, missed the shot. And then a foul on the Wolverines on the Central end. Paisley will get her second personal foul. Jackson comes out, Leesburg comes in. We two Cloudhorse coming in for the first time. Right side triple, misses. Johnson the rebound. Riley with her third board. And Central will turn it over yet again. Right side, Bailey. What extra pass? Izzy Kelly bank it up and in. And a quick timeout by Kirkbride. How many times have I said one extra pass by Central? They've been very unselfish with the basketball tonight. That time, no different. And a quick timeout by Coach Kirkbride. 3 minutes left to play in the third. 34-20, 8-4. It's been Central in this quarter to build a 14-point lead. Give us time to get some sponsors thanked. Your scoreboard brought to you by Fremont Therapy in Riverton and Lander. For over 25 years, Fremont Therapy has been Fremont County's leader in physical and occupational therapy. And if you're like me and decided to fall down off your back deck shoveling snow and hurt your rotator cuff, maybe that's where you need to go. Proud to provide experienced clinicians to support athletes and families. Wishing all Fremont County teams the best of luck, and best of luck shoveling snow. Don't do what I did. Out of the bucket by the Indians in the timeout. Riverton has the ball, facing full court pressure. They will not beat it as it's thrown away, and they'll trade turnovers on a bad pass by Taylin Wade. Fegler in traffic, called for the travel. And they will give it back to Central. Central kind of just like smelling blood in the water, and just the feeding frenzy takes over, and they've gone, just amped up the pressure on the Lady Wolverines. Kirkbride to Gehrig. Savannah on her defensively. Gehrig goes baseline. Kelly for three-pointer, no good, but Kirkbride with an offensive rebound, that's no good. They'll get another opportunity. Bailey, and that one doesn't go in. couple of different opportunities for the Indians. They can't capitalize. Morton with it, crosses it to Leesburg. Baseline Fegler, now up top Morton, back to Taylin. Good ball movement, cross court Brown. Could have, should have shot that one. She had a player closing out on her defensively. Cloud Horse in traffic, gets fouled, and oof, then she gets forearm shivered to the face and knocked to the ground. And that's not even who the foul is going to go on. As you see Witu come down the right side, there's the foul, and then takes a hard shot from another Central player. Wholesale subs on each side. A lot of different players in there, and a quick timeout called by Travis McIntosh. And we're going to stay here again and mention to you Tyler Watson, State Farm agent, is a proud supporter of Riverton Athletics. State Farm wants to support and protect your future. Stop in today, 618 East Washington Avenue, or go online at insuringriverton.com. And the broadcast doesn't end when the clock runs out. Stick around for the Bailey Tire and Auto postgame show. Bailey's employs over 130 Fremont County residents and always looking for career-minded individuals to work in a variety of departments. Check it out. Go with Bailey.com to learn more. Wolverine basketball with 1:48 left to play here in the third. They trail 34-20 on the Fremont Therapy scoreboard. Johnson wide open. Engstrom partially blocked but fouled, as out of position was Taylin Wade. Engstrom got wide open on the inbound and trying to close out, fouls Haley in the meantime. Haley 2 points, 6 rebounds. Got her first free throw to drop. Riverton, by the way, Haley, 48% free throw shooter, has shot the most on the team and gets both. That'll raise the average. That'll help. Back to a 12-point deficit, 34-22. Kirkbride D'd up by Leesburg, handed back out to the middle. Bailey gets open on the left side wing. Johnson coming in to close out on her. Driving and scoring, Carson Temple. 10-6 in this quarter, and another turnover by the press of the Lady Indians. Turnaround shot misses badly, and Engstrom comes away with a rebound. Seven boards for Haley. 4 points. Wolverines throw it away. Bailey pump fake, lets Engstrom run right by and scores it. 12 for Bailey, 16 the lead, the biggest of the contest. And again, full court pressure from the Indians. Judd will break the pressure, hands it back to Engstrom. Haley battles the dribble. Oh, her defender fell down. Instead, she'll try to hook one to Johnson going down the lane. Ball ends up in the hands of Bailey. There's a violation of some kind out there, and instead they'll give the foul to Carson Temple, fouling Judd, who goes in to get the rebound. Not sure how that wasn't a carry or a travel violation on Bailey, but nonetheless a foul after the fact. Wolverines have it. 30 seconds left to play here in the third quarter. Engstrom comes to the middle, gathers it up, hands it to Paisley. Stops, fires for three, booyah. 13 for Paisley Jackson. Started the game, she's hit a 3 in every quarter so far. So let's watch for that in the final 8 minutes to see if she'll get a fourth one. That 3 to answer on the other side by Wade is good. How many times have we seen back-to-back threes in the games we've done tonight? That's been a bundle. Central outscores the Wolverines 15-9 in the third period. They take a 16-point lead into the fourth. It's 41-25 Central leading RHS. We'll be back after this final 1-minute timeout on County 10 Sports Network.
We are Maven. We focus on the fundamentals, clean, simple designs with the very best modern materials and technologies. We refuse to compromise our mountain town roots to follow the well-worn path to $1. We choose instead to make game-changing gear and use it in the places and pursuits that inspire us every day. We are Maven, a company focused on the design and creation of innovative products for and by the modern outdoorsman.
Lander Medical Clinic and Western Family Care support Fremont County athletics. We are a locally owned, multi-specialty healthcare group that is proud to serve the Lander and Riverton communities. Our goal is to provide convenient quality care for all ages. We offer a wide array of services including family and internal medicine, pediatrics, women's care, and urgent care. Additionally, we have on-site labs, echocardiograms, stress tests, x-ray, and ultrasound in both communities. Lander Medical Clinic and Western Family Care are here for you in Fremont County. Let's stay healthy together.
Your home for the Riverton Wolverines is 105.1 Jack FM and County 10's YouTube channel. Go Big Red.
Wolverines starting the fourth quarter with a basketball, nearly turned it over. They'll get it back and restart. Brown, Jackson, Fegler cutting to the hoop. In traffic, puts it on the ground and is fouled by Taylin Wade. Going to be number 3 on Wade. 7th team foul now on Central, so McKay Fegler will go to the line. McKay 8 of 9 coming into the weekend. Went 1 of 2 earlier. She has 5 points, 2 for 3 from the stripe. Makes her 10 of 12. Second one on the way. Good. Cuts the lead to 14. 7.5 left in the ball game on the Fremont Therapy scoreboard. Central throws it too hard. Macy Brown ends up with it. Wolverines on the attack now. Here comes Fegler to Engstrom. Runs past Kirkbride. Might have been a violation there. And instead, Haley Engstrom lets it roll in. Central other way, misses. McKay Fegler the rebound. Haley's going to just get it across the timeline. Might have carried it as she paused at the half-court stripe. Nothing called. That was a double dribble there too. Haley working hard on the block, trying to get the pass. Fegler fouled from behind, and it's going to be on Newton, who has come into the contest. 8th team foul on the Indians. Fegler will go back to the line. She's 3 for 4 today. She has 6 points. Doesn't go in, and the foul is on Newton. Central back for 3 on the other side. Newton the rebound, put it up and in. Ava Newton, the board in the bucket. 6:15 left. First points of the quarter by Central. Fegler out to Brown. Macy for 3 on the way. That one skims off, and Jackson's going to get called for a foul, swatting that ball out of bounds, swatting that ball out of the pack. Number 3 on Paisley. 13 points for Paisley to lead the scoring for the Wolverines. 6 each for Engstrom and Fegler. Haley also with 7 rebounds to go along with her 6 points tonight. Madison Bailey has 12 points to lead the Indians. Wade, Temple with 8 apiece. Kelly has 6. Central turns it over. Paisley Jackson ends up with it. Right side Bradley to Brown. Riley goes back cut to Bradley in traffic. Out to Brown, just inside the three-point line. Front of the iron, no good. Board Central. And a pass and a foul from Riley Johnson. Fourth team foul on the Wolverines this second half. Free throw is good. It's Ella Gillum. Her first point of the game. Engstrom and Bradley come out. Judd and Morton come in for RHS. Again, Riverton in their home whites despite being at Central High School. They're in their road reds on their home floor. Second one, Gillum, is good. 16 points has been the biggest lead of the night, and that's what Central has at the moment. Bailey read that like a book. And then Johnson says, let's flip the chapter, and she read that one. Then they'll throw it away back on the other end. Barrett ends up with it. She will gun one to the end zone. It's going to be saved underneath, and a foul is going to send Ella Gillum to the line. That was a wild exchange of wild basketball. Macy Brown, the culprit on the foul. And free throws coming for Gillum once again. She just went 2 for 2. Now she misses that one. 45-29, 5:09 left to play. Bailey postgame show coming your way shortly. We'll also pick our Lander Medical Center Western Family Care player of the game. Ball gets tapped into the hands of Bailey, and she'll score. 18 points now the margin, the biggest of the night for Central. With 5 minutes left, kind of a nuisance press as Jackson will sidewinder it up across the timeline. Leesburg going to come in on the next stop in play. Johnson directing traffic to Judd, to Brown. There was a couple of receivers in the area. Nice play, Macy. She went to the rack but missed it. Taken away by Ella Gillum. Gehrig, 15-footer, misses. Morton sprints to the corner to grab that. Jump ball stays with the Cheyenne Central Indians. Good job by the two-time All-State soccer player, Savannah Morton. Again, I told you, made a little history, kicking some extra points for the Wolverine football team this past fall. Paisley Jackson will come out as Leesburg and Engstrom are back in. 4:20 remaining. Bailey might have been fouled. Ball is loose, still loose. Bailey and Johnson battle for it. Johnson goes down, and she'll get the arrow. Give her 4th rebound of the contest. Full court pressure with 4:15 left to play in the contest. Leesburg gave up the dribble, and now the basketball. Turnover. Wade in the paint to Gehrig. 15-foot left side is good. 20-point advantage for the Indians, their largest of the night. 49-29. Up ahead to Judd as they break the pressure. Now Johnson slips. And Coach McIntosh wanted a timeout. He doesn't get it. Wolverines turn it over. Bailey into the paint to Gehrig. Two of the smallest players on the court, Gehrig and Morton, had a battle for it. Judd ends up with it. 3rd rebound of the night for Ella. Engstrom up ahead to Judd, to Morton. She'll hoist a 3. That doesn't get in there. Central back quickly the other way. Gehrig misses his shot. It's out of bounds. It stays with Central. The turnovers, Riverton came out 8 points in the early stages of the third to kind of get things righted a bit. But then the turnovers have taken over. Central has 25 more shots than does Riverton, and now they'll turn it over. Judd, and we're going to get a foul away from the basketball. It's going to be called on the Wolverines, and I think on Paisley Jackson. 4 personal fouls on Paisley Jackson. I didn't see what had happened because it was kind of away from the basketball. It was out in the middle of the pack where that transitioned. Bailey to Gehrig. Here's the replay on it. Yeah, referee obviously has a much better view than we do at the top of the gym, that he saw something and called Paisley for that, watching the replay. Central is subbed a bit. Wade's still in the game, goes over to Bailey, who's still in the game, their leading scorer. She has 14 to lead the way. She averages 15. Outside, Bailey for 3. Good defense by Judd to close out. Missed it, but an offensive rebound for the Indians, and then Bailey gets free again. Now she's fouled with 2:09 remaining in the contest. Ella Judd will pick up foul number 3, 7th team foul, and Madison Bailey going back to the line for the Central Indians. And rattles it around, it falls out. As a team, they're 52%, Bailey 44%, 8 of 18 free throw shooting on the weekend. CWC men have doubled up. Miles at 66-33. There's a offensive rebound by Jagger Barrett as she comes in and gets the missed Bailey free throw and knocks it in. She has 22. The lead is 22. Jackson partially blocked. Engstrom ends up with it. Going to the floor. Jackson nicely controlled there. Gives it out to Leesburg. Baseline Bradley. Stop for 6. Missed it. Here come the Indians back on the attack. They have out-rebounded the Wolverines now 29-25, and a bucket there. Taylon Wade in double figures now with 10. 24 points. The lead continues to grow. Jackson underneath fouled. Good entry pass that time. Who made that pass? We'll watch the replay heading our way. Taylon Leesburg getting the assist if Paisley could knock down a free throw or 2 here. 13 points for Paisley tonight. Ever for 1 rebound unofficially. She knocks down the first for 14 points. She averages just under 12. She'll raise that average with 14, maybe 15 here. 82 seconds remaining in the contest on the Fremont Therapy scoreboard. 53-30 Central, 53-31 Central. Temple, right side, driving with it. Ball squirts out to the top, back to Temple. Underneath, nice extra pass. Rebound, Temple, no good. Try it again a 3rd time. Got it to go. Temple has 10. 3 in double figures. Paisley throws that one to save it. Macy Brown saves it. Oh, nope, it's going to be picked off. And the distance and the lay-in is good by Ava Newton. 4 points for Newton. 26-point lead with a half a minute left. Engstrom blocked and sent to the floor. Now she'll go to the line. I believe Taylon Wade will get the call. And I believe I am wrong. It's going to go against Gonzalez. That is her first personal foul. Haley, free throw, hits the back of the iron, then the top of the backboard and sails out. Second one on the way is front of the iron and no good. Under half a minute left to play. Central has outscored Riverton 31-15 here in the second half after they had built a 10-point halftime advantage. There's a steal by Macy Brown as Bradley ends up with it. Up ahead to Macy, left side McKay, back to Jackson Paisley, straightaway three on the way. Front of the iron, no good. Crashing the boards, but Taylon Wade ends up with it, and that's how this ball game will end. Your final score, Cheyenne Central remains undefeated as they come out with a 57-31 win on the Fremont Therapy scoreboard over the Wolverines. Central now 6-0. The Wolverines will drop to 1-6 and will take on the Wheatland Bulldogs coming up tomorrow afternoon at Cheyenne South High School. Again, the game times for that, it will be the Riverton varsity girls at 1:30, followed by the Riverton varsity boys at 3. It's a doubleheader. Riverton taking on Wheatland. Your final score on the Fremont Therapy scoreboard tonight, Cheyenne Central 57, Riverton 31. We'll be back. We'll talk with the head coach in the postgame show. We'll also pick a player of the game. We'll do that next. This is Wolverine basketball from the County 10 Sports Network.
Xander's One Stop of Lander wishes the best of luck to all student athletes and sports teams throughout Fremont County. Xander's One Stop has it all. Clean gas, ethanol-free fuel, diesel, a variety of household and automotive needs. Stop in for the very best in snacks, lunch, dinner, and much more. Plus, the best liquor selection. And now lottery tickets for the Cowboy Draw, Mega Millions, Powerball, and Lucky for Life. It's all here at Xander's One Stop, 730 East Main, Lander.
Tyler Watson State Farm in Riverton is a proud supporter of Wolverine Athletics. We want to ensure you are in good hands with the variety of policies we offer, including auto, home, life, and financial services. Keep it local with State Farm today by stopping into 618 East Washington Avenue or calling 856-4118 to discuss insuring all of your needs. Or you can visit insuringriverton.com. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Myers Gambles in Lander is a proud supporter of sports and student athletes all around Fremont County. Gambles has a huge selection of American-made brands for every room in your home. Tempur-Pedic, Stearns & Foster, Lazy Boy, England, KitchenAid, Whirlpool, Maytag, and more. The crew at Gambles in Lander is ready to help and find exactly what you're looking for. The delivery is always free within 30 miles of the store, which includes Riverton. Turn around shop in town at Myers Gambles in downtown Lander.
Your place for the Riverton Wolverines, 105.1 Jack FM and on County 10's YouTube channel.
Final score here tonight, 57-31, 26-point Central win. Wolverines drop to 1-6. Central Indians go to 6-0 on the season. Central outscored Riverton 17-9 in the first, 9-7 in the second, 15-9 in the third, and then 16-6 in the fourth. And they win it by a final count of 57-31. Thanks to Garrett Deary. He's our camera operator here tonight. He's off to other places, so I want to appreciate him. Let him know we thank him for what he did here tonight. Leading scorer for the Wolverines getting the start tonight was Paisley Jackson, 15 points for the junior. Haley Engstrom, 6 points, but 8 rebounds. McKay Fegler, 6 points, 3 rebounds. Savannah Morton had a bucket. Riley Johnson had a couple of free throws. Actually, she had a bucket as well, and 4 rebounds in the contest. Taylor Leesburg did not score, but had 3 rebounds in the ball game here today as well. For the Indians, 3 in double figures. Madison Bailey with 14. Taylon Wade and Carson Temple each had 10. 6 points for Izzy Kelly. 4 each for Newton, Gehrig, and Barrett as they win at 57-31 is the final score in this contest. And I'm looking around to see, and our coach is on the other side. The locker room is a long way away from here as they're kind of spread out here in the field house. So we may catch up with Travis. And I guess I could go either way. Haley or Paisley. I think I'll go Paisley tonight, the player of the game. And those two are going to be kind of interchangeable, I think, all season long as our player of the game. But Paisley getting the start tonight. Did not hit a 3 in the fourth quarter as I prognosticated she might, but she did have 3 threes today and 15 points. And she is our Lander Medical Clinic player of the game. And like I said, it could have been Haley as well. And I think those two will interchange a lot as the season goes on as perhaps your players of the game. Once again, we will be back at it tomorrow afternoon from Cheyenne South High School. We'll go on the air at around 1:10. The Riverton girls taking on Wheatland at 1:30. Then the Wolverine boys taking on Wheatland at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So 1:30 and 3 tomorrow, pregame at 1:10. And we'll see you on 105.1 Jack FM and streaming live on the County 10 YouTube channel. Thanks to Wyatt Barichka back at Radio Control. Congrats to the Wolverine boys with a big win over Central earlier today, knocking off the Indians 63-58, handing them their first loss. Wolverine boys now 6-2 on the year as they take on Wheatland tomorrow. Big thanks to Garrett Deary, also Thomas Dent III, my technical director. I'm John Gabrielson. Final scores here tonight, the Wolverine boys winning 63-58, the Wolverine girls falling 57-31. 1:10-ish, our pregame tomorrow. I'm John Gabrielson. Thanks for joining us from the capital city and the James Johnson Basketball Showcase on the County 10 Sports Network and 105.1 Jack FM.